Alright, I'm ready when you are. Shall we 1, 2, 3 it again?
Yeah, hold on, let me get on the video manager. I'm excited.
Me too.
Alright, are you ready?
I am ready. You ready?
I'm ready.
1, 2, 3.
Woohoo! Okay.
Alright, that was
I'm
it.
gonna tweet the link out too.
Me too. So today's a pretty straightforward day. As you saw, I just released the collab with Jaden Animations. That was fun, and yeah, I'm hoping people enjoy it. Other than that, today's just an email and an editing day, so it's kind of straightforward. I'm trying to crunch on editing the drunk stream, which is going to be a real mess. I'm not 100% sure if I'll get it all done today. And then Mrs. Jazza's helping me categorize and sort and deal with emails, and then I'll also be replying to as many as I can in the course of the day as well. Should we explain the email dynamic, like how this works?
Yes. Well, I go through all the emails, and
we get hundreds and hundreds every week.
And I try and I answer all the business ones, and I answer all the shop ones, and
ignore all the weird ones.
And try and, with Jazz's help, answer the questions. Yeah. He tells me what to say, and
it's sort of a team effort, all the non-business ones.
And pass on to Jazza loads that I can't help him answer, for him to answer later, so he's going through emails and doing them now. But I think we're going to have to change that, and we're probably going to have to just answer less fan emails. Sorry, everyone, but
it's sort of getting a bit too much at the moment.
We can't keep up. Anyways, we try and answer every single person's emails, which is what makes it so hard. So,
but we don't want to cut them out completely.
We still want to read everybody's emails.
So we won't be able to reply to all of them, but we'll. Yeah. Anyways, because we get particularly special ones through that.
So we still want to read them. So this is why I just asked Jazz to come over here, because I've got one through that. This sort of one, but we get these fairly regularly, but I still like to make sure they all get passed on to him, because he needs to know. He needs to know this sort of stuff. He needs to know why this is going on. Okay, so this is from. I'm going to mispronounce this gentleman's name. Ready for this? Yidget.
Cool.
I'm so sorry, Yidget, if that's wrong. He says, hey, 2 years ago, while my father was battling cancer and losing the battle, I fell into a major depression and lost my desire to do anything. I found your channel. And while we were basically living in the ER of various hospitals, your positive attitude, your energy cheered me up even while I was living the 6 worst months of my life. And after my father passed away, I started drawing just because I got inspired watching you. I was 28 back then. Finding out I love art more than anything else, and basically I didn't want to do anything else, I left my job and moved to Florence to get an art and design education at the young age of 30.
Wow.
You basically helped me get over the worst part of my life and also inspired me to follow a new career. I'm pretty sure that I'm not the only life you have touched and changed for the better. I've written all of this because I watched you feel in debt to the people who have contributed to your fundraiser on your YouTube stream. I have contributed as much as I can without starving myself for the rest of the month. I am proud to contribute to the improvement of your channel, however small. I'm pretty sure that each contributor feels the same. Needless to say, no contribution can repay my debt to you. If I could do anything for you, please let me know. Thank you for your great enthusiasm, positivity, and great work. You change the world for the better. All the best.
That's awesome. Are you trying to make me cry again? That's amazing.
Isn't that amazing?
That's amazing. It's just the sort of thing where this is what we were talking about, where when we did the fundraiser, we've just been overwhelmed, not just by the fact that we've now over tripled our original goal, but really by the people who have come out of the woodworks and just shared such incredible personal stories that have just it really hits home in a way that we don't see every day here. We don't see when we're drowned in work and emails and trying to keep up this outfit that we're working on, you know, the strawberry Jazza thing. You don't see the results or how people interact with it. We try, we read comments and we interact and we go through emails and stuff, but I think this fundraiser thing has really encouraged people to come out and speak up.
Well, because really for the first time they've sort of seen that you don't necessarily believe in yourself. And you don't know how things are being received. You're a bit unsure and you're a bit...
Yeah.
You do put your real self out there. I think there are lots of people on YouTube that don't, probably. I mean, there are lots of people in the world that don't, let's face it. But you do put your real self out there. Your brother was telling you that on the weekend. You know, Jazza's brother said, I see you in that YouTube channel. That is you. That's not you being fake. That's you. And it's not. It's really not. He's very...
Albeit the most enthusiastic version.
Okay, he doesn't bounce around the supermarket like that.
I'm not like that all the time, but when I'm enthusiastic, that is...
But he means it all. He can't... This one is incapable of lying or being insincere or... He's just absolutely incapable of being fake. It's just not in him. Like people... I love to read you things like that because... You need that encouragement. You don't understand how much people see who you really are and really like you.
Thank you.
Would you pronounce that differently?
You
I think it's alright to read it out because he's fairly anonymous because we're blatantly getting his name completely wrong.
We just got another email from Sean, who's a dentist in America, who shared that he rediscovered his passion for drawing 30 years after he enjoyed drawing as a kid and got his first comic strip published, which is awesome. Congratulations, Sean. And he sent a photo of himself holding his comic strip and just the biggest smile on his face. And again, like, yeah, look, just all of these crazy stories, like crazy as in amazing. It feels crazy just because I'm lucky enough to have just done what makes me happy ever since I was a kid. And in doing that, aggressively, and being pretty single-mindedly focused on that over the years, and without even really realizing it, that's helped other people do the same thing, which is awesome. Like, just all these stories that have come in of people who have discovered that they have a dream they want to chase, or they have a passion that's been reignited just because I've been lucky enough to do that myself, is so mind-boggling and awesome. So huge shout out to those emails we mentioned today, but also to everyone else who's feeling the spark, you know, whether they felt it a while ago or recently. It's awesome. It's an awesome thing we get to share and we get to enjoy together. And I'm the luckiest guy in the world to be able to do this with you guys. I finished the rough cut of the whole drunk stream, and I've half done the refined cut. It's a bit tricky, like I said, but there are a few gorgeous gems in this so far. I want to show you my favourite one so far.
I am a genuine fan of the Carlton. What's the Carlton? Isn't it like... It's not unusual to be loved. I can't do it with these things. It's a terrible idea. I need a drink to do this. That genuinely broke. It's not unusual to be loved.
Question of the day comes from Endless Virus, who says, do you think that it's worth learning 2D animation with 3D animation being mostly used now? Also, do you think there is a demand for 2D animators now that 3D animation is popular? I honestly believe that 2D animation is as relevant and viable as a career as 3D animation, but I do feel like that there are two strong areas for either of them, for each of them. 3D animation obviously is dominating the feature film industry and high production value stuff, but can't compete, on the other hand, with 2D animation online, and the fact that anyone can be a one-person studio and make 2D animation, and can actually make it on a regular basis. I mean, look at Jaden Animations, for example, who started only a couple of years ago and has well over 1.4 million subscribers and is doing regular animation content with like a really great audience and really nice quality. So honestly, I think 2D animation is as viable as it ever was. If anything, more viable in terms of people carving their own paths and making their own audiences. So yeah, I think it's definitely worth learning 2D animation. And look, the reality is if you end up working in a 3D animation studio, the lessons you learn by animating in 2D regarding keyframe poses and regarding motion, squash and stretch and all that stuff, just as important, just as usable. I'll take one more question because it seems to fit, which actually comes from Milan Bardouage. I'm sorry I ruined your name. Who said, why don't you do that many more animation tutorials anymore? Are you considering doing any more? I will do more. I have a few in mind. The reason I haven't been doing them recently is because things have been crazy, as you know. We've just been pedal to the metal and we have a lot of stuff coming up as well. So it's really tight in terms of time to produce content. And now I also, with an international trip coming up in a few months, have to overproduce to try and have content ready. So animation tutorial content is much more demanding time-wise to produce, but I have a few in particular in mind. I want to make like how to make epic fight scenes. I think that'll be a really cool one. I also want to do some traditional animation stuff. So look, I'm still an animator, but I'm also a lot of other stuff too. So it's just trying to keep it in balance, but you can rest assured animation will be back at some point in the future. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Today's been a pretty full-on day. Didn't fully finish anything, but got a lot done. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, and before I get, join the stream. Tomorrow is stream day, Tuesday's stream day. So by the time you see this vlog, I'll be going live soon, 9 AM Australian Eastern Standard Time, you know the deal. So I'll see you on Twitch. Oh. Very nice. Wow, very good. That's amazing, Baba. Oh, you're so talented. Yay! Are you all done? Do you want to say hello? Okay. That performance was brought to you by MJ the Magnificent. That was very good. You want to go? Can you say bye-bye? Good boy. Bye.